Tie game. 14-14. Alex Faust, Jordan Palmer here with you, former NFL quarterback. As we look at week 3 of the Spring League in San Antonio, Texas. Players from around the country, different levels of football, gathering for what is very much termed a developmental league. Trying to get these guys to learn and grow into pro football. Give them some resume tape. Get to the next level. Generals are at 2-0 in this short fall season of the Spring League. This is Darnell Holland on the carry here, tackled by Ochoco Duke out of Division II Ferris State.
Yeah, and we'll see the replay here and see who hit him at the end of it, but it was somebody stretching it, gets vertical. And that is some contact there, coming back in the game, getting vertical, and you don't always see who's coming, but when your running back goes that direction, everybody else is coming with him.
Scott's pass knocked down. And kicking himself a bit, and he didn't make the interception, was Mason Bennett, the defensive end, the former 8th overall pick of the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL. Native of Winnipeg.
And this is almost a pick. So difficult. That would have been a contested catch, too. Offensive line does a good job. They always tell those guys, if the defensive line jumps, you punch them right in the stomach or in the chest, whatever's right in front of your face, and make them think twice about jumping to bat down balls again.
Scott zips it over the middle, and making the catch and making a move is Jordan Sewell. Down at the 16-yard line. Dravius Wright with the tackle. That's a big catch and big yards after the catch.
Yeah, and this is that layer throw I was talking about from Brian Scott. Safety in the middle of the field. He's going to look for one step, and then he's just going to layer it to that spot right there. That's a great throw, hitting him in stride. You put too much air underneath it, the safety's in play, you put it on a line. Now the underneath coverage can get a hand up. Opts to layer it in there. Brian Scott showing that, like I said in the open, he can put it everywhere on the field and continues to make great decisions with the ball back there as well.
There's James up the middle here. And, I mean, arm strength, right? We're starting to see that come into play a little bit here as well.
He has a strong arm, but again, I evaluate quarterbacks. I work with guys of all ages. I think it's overrated in terms of what you need to play. The amount of times that quarterbacks in a game, let's say in the NFL, throw the ball as hard as he possibly can, it's a lot less than you'd think. You're talking in a regular game, you're thinking about 4, 5, 6 times a game. A guy absolutely throws the ball as hard as he can. Growing up, you know, the top high school kids in the country, they can all throw the ball hard, but it really comes down to control. Can you layer it? Can you throw a touch? And Brian Scott can do both those things.
Another great ball. This is a touchdown to Sal Cannella, the former Auburn Tiger. And the Generals have retaken the lead.
And he comes right back with the drive. And case in point, you don't have to throw this any harder than he did. You got a safety in the middle of the field. He's going to start with his eyes left. This is a similar route that Sal ran last time on the touchdown when he didn't get the ball. Called a stick nod. He's going to run a little stick route and then gets vertical out of it. Brian Scott savvy. He's looking that safety to the left there. Coming right back out of his break, putting it on him on his back shoulder. It's good football.
Yeah. That's the second touchdown for Cannella, the former starting tight end at Auburn. The extra point is good. Cannella was quite the salad on his head. Hauls it in here. 21-14.
Takes the championship 34 years after his father.
Child arrived just the other day. Came to the world in the usual way. And he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you.
I'm driving.
Zero alcohol.
Well, if it works the first time, run it again. Here's the exact same concept. Sal Cannell is going to run that little stick nod, and then here's McKnight on the other side. Last time we had a 2-safety look, which is why McKnight got it on the bottom. Now with the safety in the middle of the field, Brian Scott stares at him and hits Cannella right out of the break for an easy walk-in touchdown. And it's as simple as that sometimes playing quarterback. What do the safeties do?
Happy Veterans Day. Straight up.
Sal Cannell's an interesting cat, too. Talking about it a couple of weeks ago, he has his own fashion line. Antonio Brown hired him recently to design some custom clothing. There are a whole bunch of Atlanta area musicians who work with Cannella. So even if this pro football thing doesn't work out, I think he has a pretty good future ahead of him.
Got a side hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Don't knock the hustle.
Gotta survive, huh? That's a pretty nice way to do it. Getting hit hard here is Quadarius Smith. What a nice return. Sets up decent field position for Shea Patterson once again.
So far tonight, 7 for 13, 122 yards. Had the interception a few drives ago. Really, we've seen 2 balls get away from him, and the rest of it is he's been efficient. I love when he finds his check down. I'm the guy that gets excited when a quarterback checks the ball down, especially when they go through their entire progression. And you don't have to look much further than Colburn. At this point, it's how you get the ball in his hands. Colburn's on the sideline, but here they are in I formation and showing run looks and play actions available too.
Their number 2 or number 3 back, depending on how you want to interpret it, is Rayshon Pringle. Had a couple stints on practice squads in Tennessee and Carolina. Green Bay as well.
Here you go.
Grew up in Oakland, California. Pringle did. Watching Rich Gannon in the silver and black. Had an opportunity with the Raiders briefly as well.
Sunday.
You know, I would look for them to get into quick game. How do we get just 3-step drops, get the ball out of your hand?
There you go. Right on cue. Thomas Owens with the reception and a first down.
Yeah, and it's plays like that. You can get a little rhythm going. This is just slant and then spacing. We're going to have a couple of people. So he's going to start down here and work his way across the field. He doesn't need to go anywhere else. But I said, you don't have to be super complex. He's got a couple of guys open there, but that's in every single NFL playbook. That's X slant spacing. I got a slant one side, and if he's not open, I'm going to work my way across the field. And Shea Patterson making it look like he's done it for a while.
Pringle, little do-si-do there with Merrick Jackson, former Minnesota Golden Gopher. Brought down for a loss.
Look like me at the airport with my 2-year-old running around grabbing him. No. I'm going to yank him back over here. And yeah, Pringle makes the first guy miss. And we said that was the issue with the Generals' defense in terms of defending Colburn is they just weren't able to get him on the ground at that first contact. And that time,
Sunday.
the big fella getting his hands on him, Merrick Jackson.
Patterson pumps, throws off the fingertips of Clark. Third down.
Yeah, he wanted this slant right here, and sometimes it's tough. You end up double pumping it.
Jesus Christ.
He's back here. He's looking at this slant. He's ready to throw it. And then he goes to kick it back to the flat and doesn't reorganize, doesn't get his feet back down. And it's hard. I mean, you got people in your face. There's no defensive lines rushing you, all that stuff. But yeah, it's just when you double pump that, when you start to throw and stop your throwing motion, that's hard enough to hold on to it. Then just can you reorganize and kick it out to the flat? Because otherwise that ball sails high and right. That's what happened. That's why I was high and inside.
3rd and 11. And Patterson to the perimeter. Got his man. Thomas Owens.
Come on, man.
And they're going to say he didn't get the second foot down. Let's see.
Yeah, he's selling fade. This is just a 12-yard comeback.
1, 2. I think this one.
Now that ball looks like he threw him out of bounds. To be honest with you, the way he came out of that break, you wouldn't run 12 yards and break straight to the sideline. It would be a short comeback. So normally you want to come back at a 45-degree angle. If he does, which is what Shea's expecting there, that ball is going to be up on his eyes, and there's space left over. So those are the little subtle things, the angle, how are you coming out of it? That's what makes playing quarterback difficult if you haven't thrown with these guys much. Just trusting the angles they come out with.
High stepping and reversing field here is McKnight. And he's going nowhere. A special teams tackle made by Quincy Moget out of Marietta, Georgia.
Hard trade, rip punch.
Hey, huddle. We good. Final 68 seconds of the quarter.
That's a penalty. I told you already. That's a penalty. Get in that end zone. Let's go. Get in that end zone. You got one. Jay. Really, KJ?
Well, Brian Scott has looked the part. Timeout here after an injured player. Slow to get up after the punt return. This is Rodney Randall, former All-Southland DB out of Lamar.
Where's Lamar?
Texas.
Is it?
Big rivalry with Sam Houston State, if I recall.
Gotcha.
Southland Conference, FCS.
That's what happens. Texas has so much good high school football. The places like Sam Houston's. I played against Sam Houston State while I was at UTEP in college, and there was like a handful of guys on this really legit that went on to play. I mean, you get so much talent in that state that schools like Lamar and Sam Houston State, they get guys.
Randall, a big-time kick returner there. I haven't seen him in that department here. So Scott starts from his own 9. Generals leading 21-14. They're going to get to 3-0. And the carry for Paul Terry. Tried to cut it back upfield and meets resistance after a 4 or 5 yard gain.
This is that zone read where you use the tight end to come across and then seal. He comes back the other way. That's Sal Cannella. You don't have to hit anybody hard. You just got to keep them from getting outside of you. And so the defense, somebody's responsible for contain on both sides. And in that case, on offense, Sal Cannella is responsible for whoever that contain man is. Pin him, turn him back inside, allow the running back to get outside.
This might take us to the end of the quarter. As Scott finds Terry, who makes a cut and then gets brought down, but not before moving the sticks. Roosevelt Calhoun Jr. brought him down, and that should bring us to the end of the third quarter. And this has a very conventional feel to it. A little bit chaotic last night, if you joined us then, with all the turnovers, the special teams play, the block kicks, and we have had one of those here, a blocked field goal from 50 yards. But otherwise, a 21-14 score after 3 quarters. Much of the night belonging to Matthew Colbert, who's had another stellar performance, 150 all-purpose yards. We head to the 4th at the Alamo Dome. It's been a pretty tight game. No lead for the Generals has been more than one possession at a time. Blues have not yet had the lead in this game. Trailing 21-14 as we start the 4th quarter. See if they can get some stops here. Brian Scott in the gun on first down from the 21-yard line. And the give to Paul Terry. Slips by a couple tackles and runs into Alexander Van Iacolo, named Moana, University of New Mexico. Second and 2. There he is, 22 years of age from Hawaii.
I've seen him make some plays the last couple weeks. He's definitely not shy of contact. Had an interception a week ago.
Scott lobs it. Oh, into a wide open area is Jordan Sewell. And he will go 71 yards for the score.
Jordan Sewell having a day. He has shown over out, back shoulder fade. Let's look at it. I didn't see what this was up top. Probably a double move. Yep, sets him up on the stutter. Gets the corner. He's already caught a curl route, which already kind of showed that, but usually this is a combination of a great route and a quarterback staring at it. So Brian Scott staring at that thing, just everything you can do to bait that corner. And normally you just need the corner to kind of shut his feet down a little bit and not backpedal. In that case, he planted and ran forward to try and make a play on the curl, and that's why he was so open. Not a blown coverage, just a great route. And I'll be honest with you, it's an impressive throw because you never want to overthrow those ones that are so open. It's easy to short arm it, but he doesn't. He hits him just in stride. Jordan Sewell having a day. The Generals doubling up the Blues. Jordan Sewell so far today. 3 catches, 132 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 44 yards. And we said it, this is a stutter and just sets him up. You kind of almost want to run a bad curl route to bait it even more, and he did that and then out of it. And one of the things that helps it too is the quarterback staring at it. So Brian Scott just staring at it as if he's going to run that curl. And sometimes those wide open ones are the hard ones to complete, to hit them in stride, and also on the catching side, on the receiving side.
Day, everybody.
You're so open. And
let's finish this off, and happy Veterans Day to my grandfather, 3-star general. Love you very much.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, Brian Scott. And a nice shout out on this Veterans Day. You're right. He almost came close to not catching it. As Smith gets away from a tackle.
That's what I was waiting for.
And he gets another 15 yards out of it.
Quadarius Smith, 5'9", 165. If you're going to be that small, you better be something else. And his something else is that he is lightning in a bottle, electric. Can change direction and get to full speed in really a step or two. You look at him stopping here. Boom, he's back to full speed again. Outrunning his blockers. I mentioned Lockett, you know, from the Seahawks. Smaller guys around him, and he was getting ready for the draft. And my first reaction was that guy's way too small to play. And then you watch how he plays bigger than he is. And Quadarius Smith reminds me a lot of him.
You can get lost in the numbers sometimes. As Walker brings this one in. He'll come up a couple yards shy of the first down, but look at these guys, and some of their numbers, their vitals will not pop out to you whatsoever. But more and more, I wonder if that inertia from NFL front offices is starting to break down a little bit, instead of relying so much on the combine to try to sort guys, to maybe look at other factors here. And this is a great example to get some tape on guys that may have been passed over, as Colburn again just fights for extra yardage.
And I'm with you, but I also think you can look at a lot of NFL rosters and go, really? That guy's only 180 pounds? Really?
Yeah.
That guy's only this big? I remember just being a young guy. My older brother's 4 years older than me, and he played in the NFL, and I remember being around NFL guys, and a lot of them seemed huge, and I can't believe how big that guy is. But if you look all the way through the roster, you'll see some guys you'll be like, that's a really good player. I didn't realize he was that small. And so that certainly happens.
Sunday.
Not everybody's the biggest, fastest, strongest. Some guys are just better at the position that they play. And that's why I keep going back to Colburn. He's only 195 pounds, but I don't care.
It's off the hands of the defensive lineman, falls incomplete. And Colburn was engaged there on that play. Very physical at the line.
And it looked like they were trying to get a screen to him. He's just trying to kick it out to the fullback in the flat. But you're right. Again, there's a perfect example, right? Colburn's only 195 pounds, but he still took a linebacker head on and met him in the hole. And so size and speed, those are attributes that can be helpful. They aren't prerequisites. I mean, for example, you'd say, well, 5'11", that's too short. You can't be 5'11" and play quarterback in the NFL. Well, Russell Wilson's doing it pretty well. Drew Brees is right around 6 feet tall. There's enough guys that make you believe otherwise.
There's another catch for Walker. Let's see if they can get him going. Was about to go to the CFL, the Ottawa Redblacks. And obviously their league is out of commission this year due to COVID.
54. Ain't made a damn play all night.
We've seen Shea have 2 balls sail on him. This one doesn't.
Here we go. Here,
Off of play action and just rips a comeback to Joe Walker. And he's back on track.
Here we go. Come here. Go bunch right 15 zone on Sunday. Let's go.
Bunch right 15 zone. So this is just going to be a run play to the left. And this is where you see those one-cut runs, is how quickly can Colburn read that lineman that's just outside. Cut back right there.
Go, Matt.
It's Colburn. Change directions quickly, doesn't he?
Let's go.
First down to Moore.
Let's go.
So when you have this zone run scheme, you hear about the Shanahans a lot. You're reading that 3 technique right there. So he's outside of the guard, and if he widens, then you cut back. If he comes inside of the guard, then you bounce it outside. And so you can kind of see there's a lane there outside, and it looks like there's a lane there outside. But that offensive lineman doesn't have the leverage. So that's why that cutback has to be there. And so when those zone run schemes, and that's why I think of Philip Lindsay when I look at Colburn, because that's why Denver loved him, is that zone run scheme, that one cut, make a quick decision and get downfield.
After the 14-yard run, Patterson, elusive here, locates Colburn again. Nice to have that number to dial up.
This is super athletic by Shea Patterson.
Don't even try.
Let's watch this highlight. I mean, you talk about changing direction. He's under center. Play action here. He sets up. He feels this edge rusher, but to change direction there and do it again. Ball security is an issue, but they usually say, hey, keep 2 hands on the ball unless you're going to hold on to it and get outside, and finds Colburn. And that's where a lot of Colburn's yards have come off of, is Shea scrambling and finding him.
Bunch set here. Patterson to the end zone. Walker! Touchdown!
This is an absolute dime by Shea Patterson. Finally, Joe Walker, we've been waiting for it.
Hey, rolling, baby. Talk to me. Let's go, baby.
There's 3 steps from under center. Quick fade. When the DB's back is turned like that, you don't have to put a lot of air on him. You can throw the ball with tempo like Shea did, and Shea's got a lot of experience, played a lot of games in college, knows, when to put what tempo on these throws, and that one's an easy one for a younger player. They may put a bunch of air underneath it, make it a jump ball in the back of the end zone. Shea knows better, put some velocity on it, and Joe, the former quarterback, he's got a feel for that too, so he's able to get his eyes back. Great release, and dime for Shea Patterson. Love the way he's responded from that interception earlier and making it a 7-point game.